Hey, Eddie.
Hey, Bobby.
Okay, I see me, but I don't see you. I see your name, but not you. I still don't see you.
I know. You can hear me though, right?
I can hear you, but go to your settings and video.
No. I disconnected my video camera. It wasn't plugged in all the way. I'm gonna restart it.
Okay. Always a good idea. There you are. You're so pretty.
He's so pretty.
Look how handsome he is. Oh my God. So under participants, you're the host, I'm me. So far we're the only two in here.
You want to admit Ken?
I'm going to try raising my hand. I'm going to click this and see. Did that work?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. So I think you have, as the host, you have the ability to mute everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I should just mute everybody and then one by one let them
Right.
say something.
Yeah, you should tell
So
everybody,
we're not all
okay.
talking over each other like we're doing right now.
Yeah, you should tell everybody you're muted, and you'll see a red microphone indicating that you're muted. And you can go up to the top and just click on unmute when you want to say something. All right, at the top right. Like I'll click. Now you can hear. Right. So when I did that, right down in the bottom of my screen by my name, it showed a red microphone indicating that the microphone was muted. So you probably have to give everybody a little bit of instruction that you're all going to be muted. And then when you want to talk, unmute yourself. And you can stay unmuted if you're not talking. Right.
Right.
Okay.
What's the chat thing?
Okay, the chat thing is if you want to chat to everybody, you just click on it, and then I'll type chat. and then hit enter. And now you see that. So everybody in the room will see what you type into chat. So you can have, type messages in there. Like, Ted, stick it in your ear. Whatever you want. Everybody will see what's in chat. And you can also do private chat. See, open up the window and you see to everyone, then you can click on it and then it will bring up. So if you wanted to send a private message to somebody, you could. Do you see how to do that? Now here's a share screen. Okay, and this is kind of cool. Post disabled participant screen sharing. Can you enable it?
I'll have to go back and go into management to do it.
Yeah, because the reason is I have a picture that I want to show everybody.
Who's Shannon?
Shannon. I don't know. There's only 2 of us in here.
No, Ken's in here.
Really? Did you let him in?
Not yet.
In the waiting room?
Yep.
Let him in. Hey, Kenny. There he is.
That's Shannon.
Okay. There's Sullivan. Oh,
Well,
Shannon.
I'll be.
Robert Francis.
How are you guys?
Hey,
Hi, Francis.
Is that Agon and Mr. Rich?
Yep.
Mr. Rich looks like a poster.
I think it's a poster. He's not live.
It's not live. It's kind of
Kenny,
like
you need to unmute yourself.
I need to unmute myself.
No, you're okay. You're unmuted. But
Okay.
Kenny looks like he is muted.
Well, that's maybe a good thing. Let's stifle yourself. Isn't that an Archie Bunkerism?
Stifle yourself.
Stifle yourself.
Yeah. So Kenny
So-
just
It's funny. We stopped down. We just got an RV and we stopped down to Chincoteague. And Tom has a house here, and there he is. There he is
Hey,
again.
Kenny, we see you now.
We like the other guy better.
Yeah.
He was younger looking. So anyway, so Carla is here with her grandkids, and I said, well, let's get a cup of coffee. She says, no, my daughter is very strict with this COVID thing. So we're gonna flash her as we drive by.
Please
later.
do that. Yeah. Yeah. Hang your butt out the window and drive past.
Yeah, that's it. The old days work so well.
Yes. Kenny, where'd you go? Kenny, unmute yourself.
Actually, Kenny, that's Kenny's ceiling. That's a good looking ceiling.
It's a good looking ceiling, Kenny. I don't think he can hear us.
Well, that's probably good. We can really pick on him then.
We can talk about it.
So are you, you have located, Ed, you've, in your, assisted living, is that what last we were talking, I guess, or quasi?
Who?
Yeah, they're called villas, and it's like a small apartment, 2-car garage, and it's just in a community where everybody's 55 or older. I had to show ID when I came in.
Probably every day is that same way. We moved to a 55 plus community, which is one step probably below where you are with that.
Francis,
Francis is having cocktails.
what are you drinking? Are you having a
That's just
cocktail?
lemonade with nothing in it.
Kenny, we can see you. Can you hear us?
Quack, quack, quack. You have a telephone number for him?
Yeah.
You can probably,
There he
that's
is.
what
I
I do.
see him
But we
Hey,
can
Bob.
see him, but-
There
Hey,
you are.
Kenny.
looking up at the ceiling.
How are you?
There
You're
you
on.
are.
We can hear you.
I
Actually,
can
we
see you.
We can see two of you, Ken.
I'm a very large person these days.
You're pretty drunk. We can see two of you.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It just fell over.
That's like,
Somebody call
At the-
911.
Call
at the,
911.
no, at the end of the bar,
There.
some girl will take it. I'm sure.
Kenny, close your mouth.
Why, am I drooling again?
Well, I wonder how many, we got about 22 people on the list. So we'll see how many show up.
22
Cool.
people have lists.
I'm not sure everybody got the link.
Well, you sent it, Ed sent it a couple times, and then you sent it, Bob, one time.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Well, maybe the COVID that people are afraid they're going to catch it.
yeah.
You can't go on.
Well, Hardner should be on. He's the one who told me that you guys were ready to go still.
Well, he's
Oh.
not on yet.
You
Well,
are
you
you
know,
on
whenever,
two screens?
What?
Ken, are you on 2 screens?
I was looking, I hooked up on my phone because my laptop wasn't on yet.
yeah, I had two, I have 3 devices I'm on, and I'm on the laptop was the final one.
How you doing, Sully?
Well, it's
So
the
what do
first
you-
time I've tried doing this, so there may be quite a few hiccups.
No, it should be
But I mean,
reasonable.
right now, it is what it is. It's recording also. So we have
Oh my
evidence
gosh.
we've done. And
I see the recording.
I don't know if Ted's online yet, so I'm gonna call him.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Well, it's still a few minutes before 2. I'm looking at the clock on your wall.
I have 2 o'clock straight up.
Me too.
58.
Not me. I have 11.
You have 11. Okay, you always were a little behind.
Nothing wrong with a little behind, Sully. Nothing wrong with a little behind.
Hey,
Right, Kenny?
trouble with logging in?
Oh, it's so funny. Mine says Shannon up.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, Julie's
That's-
iPad. There you are.
That's my daughter's, and here's
Hey, there's
Ted.
Lloyd and there's Teddy.
Is that
Teddy
Lloyd?
Lee.
You are.
Hey, hello, everybody.
Hey, Lloyd.
How are you?
Lloyd, my man, what's going on?
Nothing. It's all good. All good. I'm just actually on a street corner waiting to see a customer as soon as I get done with you guys.
You never stop. You
never.
just can't stop.
You're a
Cannot.
shameless huckster, and we're proud of you.
You guys taught me how to do it, and that's what I've been doing my whole life.
Yeah.
Hello, Ted.
It's pretty
Hello.
funny, isn't it?
It is. It is.
We
It
don't know
is.
how to do anything else.
Hi, Sully.
I'm a closer. That's all I do.
Hey, Teddy, Ken Rich here.
Ken Fish.
Hey, Ken.
Hi, Kenny.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Ken,
Kenny,
nobody
you're
can
sure-
see you. Your phone is pointing toward the ground.
Now?
There you go.
Okay,
There
now,
you are.
Ken's
there you
back.
are.
Actually, I'd rather see the ceiling, Ken. Could we see that
Yeah.
view?
No, I can show you the ceiling or the cat or whatever you like.
The cat.
One
Hey,
of the
you
two
can-
cats.
You can switch to gallery view. Hi, Robert.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, Teddy?
And we can see everybody at once, I think.
Yeah. I'm
Till
looking
we
at it.
get, till we get more people on, probably will happen that way.
There's 7 of us now, so we are all still on. Kenny's on twice.
That's right.
That's because
That's the
I'm
joy of
just,
having
I'm
multiple
incredibly important.
personalities.
There you
buddy.
go.
How's everybody at home, Ted? Everybody good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's
they
great,
are.
Lloyd. Good to see you.
There's Kenny. Hi, Kenny.
Hi, bud.
No, I'm in there. I'll tell Aegon to let you in. Does your screen say wait for host? Okay,
Who's-
Aegon, let Spencer in. He wants to get in.
I am working on it.
He's working on it. You're in the waiting room now, Bob.
Oh, you have Bob on the.
Yeah, so you're out in the hall. You have
He's
to,
out in
you
the
have to
hall.
request special entry.
Actually, ask him if he can bring in a couple of beers.
Yeah. He's very
We can
COVID
use it.
sensitive.
And
Right,
make a Corona.
yeah. He can't hear only through my phone. So anyway, Aegon's working on letting you in. Yeah,
How is it in sunny California today?
it's actually, the sun is just peeking through.
I live in a town
96 here
called-
today.
What's that?
Hey, Kenny Rich's
said-
microphone's turned off.
Yeah, he muted himself.
I
Oh.
think he is
No.
on the other device, so he probably has himself on the
Yeah.
phone.
So you see, Kenny's signed on twice.
Yeah.
How you doing? Is that better?
There,
Well.
now I can hear you.
You know, I'm jealous of all you guys because you all have hair. Mine's gone.
I got a
Still-
wig.
You got a wig? Do you really?
No.
No.
Hey,
Oh my
Keith.
God, there's Tom Hartnett.
Oh, okay. And
Okay, looks
Hey,
like
Sully.
Aegon's letting people in.
oh, there's
There
Keith.
you are.
Oh my word.
Hey, Keith.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hang on.
Oh, and there's Mr.
Oh,
Us,
you
I think.
Beautiful people.
Steve Umbersaw.
All
Oh, hey,
right.
Steve.
Thomas.
Hey.
Mike
Teddy,
Fire, I
hey.
see connecting.
Ted, I saw Ted too.
I'm here.
Hey, Tom.
Oh
That's,
my God, could that be Ed Wright?
Well, I'm on.
Where's Ed?
He's down on the bottom,
Bottom left. On my
bottom
screen,
middle.
perhaps.
Craig Meyer.
Greg Meyer. Oh my word.
They're seeing things I'm not seeing.
You gotta,
Keith,
Hi, Ed.
Craig, Bob Sullivan. Good to see you.
Lloyd,
How
You
are
hear
you?
me?
hey,
Hello.
there's Keith. Hey, Keith.
My man.
Tom,
Hey,
Hey,
Tom.
Tom.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Julie.
Hi. Hey, guys.
hey,
Hey, Ted.
Peter's trying to get on. Can you let him in?
I
17 are participating.
Aegon.
I'm working on
He's
everybody.
working on, Aegon is our host.
And there's, who's not, I show everybody on.
Well, Peter's trying to get on right now, but he can't. It says waiting for host to invite him or something.
He's Peter's in the
Worst
waiting
case,
room.
worst case, if somebody has a phone, they can just call him and put him
Okay,
on the
calm
video,
down.
on
I've
the
got
audio
him.
side. You have his telephone number.
I got him.
Who's
Tom,
that?
you're gonna get us through this technical snafu?
Peter's there. Hello, Peter.
Hey, got it. Hey,
There he is,
Okay.
Hi, Peter.
Hey,
how
Peter.
we doing, guys? Hi. Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
Hey, you know, some of you guys look older than the last time I saw you. Some of you.
There's Mr. Botkin.
That's him.
Look at this.
Hi, buddy.
Well, we're here to say hello.
Yes.
Our annual visit with Ted, which we are now doing over the internet. Hello,
Hi,
Ted
Jack.
and Julie.
Mr.
Oh my
Bates.
God, Craig, you're more handsome than ever.
Hey there, Mr. Bodkin.
There, Mr. Meyer.
Yes, sir.
Wow, we've got someone here from Mexico.
Yep, Mr. Bob Spencer's on from Mexico.
Mr. Spencer.
Hola. Is that Mr.
Hola,
Eversole?
senor.
Hola.
Is that Mr. Eversole?
It
It
is.
I don't see Emberson. I don't see Craig.
I don't see
You
him
don't see
either.
Craig? Count
Hey,
yourself lucky.
Mr. Yes.
Hey, Ted, I hope you,
How come we don't have all the, how come
That's
we
him
don't have
right
all
there.
the faces on the screen?
There's
at the same
Craig.
time?
hey,
You only
Ted,
have-
I hope you, hey, Ted, I hope you're feeling the love. Ted, I hope you're feeling the love.
I am.
Let's see those eyes. The eyes that the girls used to say, oh, Ted, you used to piss me off. I'd be next to you. And I'd be like chopped liver. Ted would come into clothes and the woman would, oh, Ted, look at those eyes. I said, what
Those
about
blue
me?
eyes,
They said, "Look at Ted."
Hey, you did okay, Peter. You got your fair share.
We all did. We all did.
Yeah, I was at a bar with Ted and I was chatting up this girl. He walks over and she goes, "Oh, who's your friend with the blue eyes?" So she starts
see what I
talking to
mean?
him. I went over to the payphone, called the bartender, and I said, "Hey, can you tell Ted that his wife called and wants diapers and milk?"
That's class.
I got
That's
him.
great.
Yeah, your wife called. She wants you to bring some diapers for the baby.
That's
All
me.
is fair in love and war.
That's
Oh
right.
my God. Jeez.
Oh my God. So Mike Heyer,
No.
I can, you're on, but we don't see your face.
Is Mike Heyer is on?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What do I have memories of Mike? I remember being in Connecticut with Ted driving that Jaguar, Mike pulling up next to us and saying, "Hey, you want to go to Florida?" Next, we're in Florida.
People on, but I don't get all.
Yeah, that's when Keith fired you guys from the New Year's Eve
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, you may not see everybody because
Peter, were you on
Ted, we
that?
had a
Did you
great
go to
time.
Florida too?
Peter was in the car with me, I think.
Yeah. Yes, it was you and me. I think we all got fired. You're right, but we had a good time.
No, we were at Mike Braid's house, no, at Marie's house for the party for New Year's Eve. When those guys called in to wish us Happy New Year, and Keith fired him on the phone.
I remember Mike laying in the sand, drinking a bottle of wine with just bell bottoms on and no shirt. And he goes, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, one of the
You know,
other
you think there's
stories
a
when I
chance-
first met Ted, he had that brown Jaguar you guys were talking about.
Right.
And it didn't run. It was completely dead. So we decided to go to Syracuse. And he says, "Can you tow my car up to Syracuse so I can get it fixed up there?" What do I know? Get a piece of rope, tie it on the back, and let's go. So we're on the interstate in New York, the throughway, and we get off to pay the toll. And I look over at Ted and I go, "Damn, Ted, look, there's a Jaguar just like yours next to us." Oh, shit.
I have some very interesting memories of Syracuse with you, Ted, and some of the guys from New York. You remember when we got thrown out of, we couldn't go back to our hotel room because we had to pay up for the bed that we broke when we were kicking the ceiling.
Well, they took all of our clothes and put them out in the parking lot.
Yep.
Which time was that?
Hey, Bob, maybe you could do me a favor. You think we could just go around and everyone mention their name, because I'm a little out of sync here of who is who. So I'm being honest, just so everyone can just say who they are.
Bob,
That's
go
cool.
first.
Hey, one thing, just housekeeping. I think, I don't know if Mike Heyer is in. He was having trouble get in. I just saw a note from him. Is that
He's,
if somebody can reach him on their cell phone, that might be a way to bring him in.
All right, I'll give him a call.
All right, that sounds like a good idea.
well, last name, Bayside, New York.
Tom, can we start with you?
Yep,
Can
Tom.
we go around the room, just say who we
That's what
are?
I'm doing.
Play the name
Tom,
game.
why don't we start with you?
All right.
No, so I just don't recognize some of the guys.
Okay. I'm Aegon last name.
I'm Bob Botkin.
I'm Lloyd Hirsch.
I'm Keith Ass.
I'm Craig Meyer.
Oh, boy.
I'm Steve Unversaw.
And I'm Peter Santoro.
I'm Ted Bates.
You got it.
Like name yourself. Bob Sullivan.
Tom Hartnett, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, there you are.
Tom Hartnett.
Tom Hartnett, the man who doesn't look any different since he was in high school.
Yeah. I'm still in high school. What are you talking about?
Where is Tom Hartnett? Where is Tom?
Right there, he's glasses and a beard.
Okay.
The good-looking guy.
Which one?
There's no face that shows up here.
Can you see me now?
No.
Okay.
I can see Tom well, so.
Yeah.
I can't see you, Mike.
Bob Spencer's there.
Hey, buddy, are you
Spencer's all the way
able
down
to
in
see
his
what's going on?
Yeah, I can see. I don't have a camera, so I can see you guys. But my audio went away. Now it's back on.
Okay, well, you can speak up and say hi to everybody. What about on your phone? Can you use your phone?
I'm using my phone.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll probably have to unmute myself.
Yep, you do.
Unmute.
Unmute yourself. Say hi to everybody.
Hey there, this is Mike Heyer. Hello, you guys. How's everybody?
Can you guys hear him?
Good.
You're still muted.
There you go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear him.
Can't see him.
Hello, Mr. Heyer.
You're pointing toward the ceiling. Tom, iPhone, whoever you are.
Hello there, this is Mike Heyer. Just saying hi to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Good to almost see you. Good to hear you.
It's root beer
Yeah,
high.
you don't want to see me anyway.
Really? As we saw you was
Well, I
last
mean,
summer, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm liable to break the camera.
Really?
So wait a minute. Which Tom has got his iPhone pointed at the ceiling? It's not Hartnett. It's not us.
I have
Thomas.
Thomas.
You're on twice.
You're on twice now. You got two different.
double guy, you know?
Oh my God. A fate worse than death itself.
I'll get rid of one of them. All right.
Here's Steve.
Mr.
Hey there, Steve Unversaw.
Yeah, I'm right here. I've got a message for Lloyd Hirsch.
Yes.
You remember an old friend of yours, Bob or Jason Settles?
Settles, Bob. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I tracked him down after not seeing him for over 15 years.
Really?
I finally found, and I'd like to report that he's doing very, very well. And he looks good. He seems to be a changed guy. So I think it's wild days might be behind him. Fine. And he had some wild ones too.
Hey, speaking of wild days, did any of you guys ever knock doors with Craig Meyer?
I did
I
one
had that pleasure.
in Chicago.
Yeah, did you? Did you get into a fight? Craig had a thing about doormen. He didn't like doormen, and if they wouldn't let him in, he'd just punch them.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, we had a lot of fun knocking doors in New York. I remember when Ted came home with a St. Bernard puppy. Said, Ted, where'd you get the puppy? Well, it was in the hallway. It followed me home. The phone rang. Somebody knew where it was, and they called. He had to take the puppy back.
Well, one time I knocked doors with Craig in Chicago, and being from Indianapolis, and I'd never even seen Chicago before. Scared me to death.
Yeah. Yeah, Craig does that to everybody.
Keith showed me how to knock doors. I interviewed. He said to me, "Come tomorrow to my office. You're going away for the weekend. Bring a toothbrush, and I'm going to teach you something." Lexington, Kentucky.
Lexington,
Columbus, Ohio to Lexington. We went that weekend. I've never been the same since.
Well, there's Ed Wright. Ed, say hi.
Hey,
Yeah. Hi. Hello, Bob Botkin. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
Where are you at, Ed?
You guys remember Ed Wright, the dentist who saw
Hi, Ed.
Yeah.
Ed,
how are
Ed
you?
graduated from dental school, and then he started selling pots and pans.
That's after
Hi,
someone
Ed, this is
that
Ted.
spoiled me. I wanted a job that was fun.
Yeah. Well, Ed's still out here in California. So Ed and Keith and I are the only ones left in California, Cordon Bleu guys.
I want to come back. They won't let me.
Ah.
Yeah. Well,
you know why, Lloyd?
Now is Lloyd Hirsch on this?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
up above you.
Okay.
I'm right above you.
All right.
Lloyd and I
Hey, Bob, how's
had
Keith
some
doing?
fun times in California.
There's
yeah.
Aegon. I remember when Aegon lived with
Unbelievable.
Lloyd over there at Ron Leonard's Riviera
That's
Drive.
right. That's right.
Riviera Drive.
That's right. Aegon and I had a few good times.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
had a lot of good times.
Very interesting times. Hey,
Unbelievable.
Ted, what's new and exciting with you?
Yeah.
Eddie
Can you
Lee,
hear me,
wake up.
Ted?
What's
Thank
that?
you.
Ted Bates?
Yeah,
His iPhone? There
Hey,
he is.
Ted.
what about me?
They want
Check,
they want
check
to know
on
what's
you,
new.
see how you're doing. Hopefully doing well.
Okay,
Good.
Where's Julie?
sitting next to me.
Oh, get her on the screen so we can see her.
She's prettier than I am. You'll never want
I
to.
agree.
Yes, we
Damn
know
right.
that, Ted.
Yeah.
You were always the pretty boy.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
pretty sad.
Hello.
Julie.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi there. It was nice for you guys to all get together to say hi.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Peter.
Hi,
Hello,
Julie.
Oh, Ted.
Hey, listen, I can speak for everybody. We love Ted.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Hey.
Yeah, we're all
Well,
agreeing on
thank
that.
you, guys.
Yep.
And Lloyd Hirsch, you're probably making a big sacrifice. You should be on the golf course at this time of the day.
Golf course. I'm sitting on a street here. As soon as this is going in, I got to go half a block down. I got to close some guy. He's waiting for me to show him some product.
Good. Go get.
I love it.
Hey, go.
Throw in a polyperk.
ABC
Unbelievable.
always be closing.
Always, always, always.
The poly.
I
If the
haven't stopped.
if the polyperk doesn't work, go ahead and give them some silverware.
No, he still got those Texas tumblers that he gives away.
Right.
Oh, no, you gotta sell a sewing machine
Yeah,
or
Edith Head,
stereo.
famous Hollywood fashion designer.
That's
So-
right.
So I remember back in 19.
Yeah, who's that? Edith White? Was that who that was?
Edith
No,
Head.
Edith Head.
Edith Head. Yeah, right.
Not
Yeah.
much of a sewer, but
Yeah, I remember that with the sewing machine. Right. Edith Head. Right.
What was
Tom Hart, tell us a story.
well,
Now, Egon,
Something
what are you doing
important
now?
in your life that happened while knocking doors.
Egon, what are you doing now?
Sitting here in confinement, doing internet stuff, but you know, can't make calls when you can't leave the house.
Keep
What are you
trying
doing?
to.
You still selling?
Yeah, still selling timeshares. I do
You look good.
run the resale program for Grand Pacific Resorts, so that gives me something to do and keeps me busy. And if I get some
Good.
money, that's a bonus.
And I see you're on the golf course a lot as well, Ed.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, I golfed yesterday, as a
Good.
matter of fact. Yeah, so yes, I do.
Well, Kenny Rich.
I gotta shoot around with you one time.
Yeah, a lot of golf and a lot of just going to the beach and boogie boarding, where just kind of hanging out, taking it easy.
I just finished before
Hey, Ken Rich.
before I came on here today.
Golf. What are you doing with your golf?
Well, my game's actually in pretty good shape right now.
What do you shoot?
Oh, I shot 78 today.
What about on the second nine?
Yes. How about the back
One.
line?
Now, where is Keith on this?
I'm
Keith
here.
is there. I see him.
Hey,
Where?
Keith.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Boy,
Keith.
you know, Keith, I haven't. Although
seen
we
Lloyd
talked
Hurst for a
recently, I
long
haven't
time.
seen you in a long
You
time.
look really good. Lloyd, you're looking good.
Thank you. You too.
You guys, this is Keith's idea, getting all of us together.
It's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Good idea.
We want to thank Eddie for doing it. So good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
guys. Our computer.
Yeah, Aegon lined everything up. He's the one that sent me the numbers and everything.
Yeah.
He's numbers man.
thank you for putting it together, Egon.
All right,
Yeah.
you're very welcome.
I don't
It's in
know.
here. We all want to see Ted.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Hey, guys.
about 9 of you on the screen. I don't see Ed Wright. Is Peter?
Push your screen to the side. Peter's right here.
Oh, now I can. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Craig Meyer now. Ed Wright.
Now I got four people.
Hey,
So can
Peter.
you see-
Peter.
Yes. Can you see everybody at the same time?
I just got four people on screen.
No, I'm
I can only get. I've
Yeah,
only
I'm on
got
an
one.
iPhone.
There's
How
Peter.
do I get more?
Yeah.
How do I
There's
get more than
Peter
just
and
one?
Craig.
There we go.
There you
Hey,
go.
guys, I was going through some pictures the other day, and I came across our first Cordon Bleu convention.
Oh boy.
There was more velvet and hair and anything you could ever want to see. And it was a blast.
And where was
That's
that?
great.
Was that up in Wisconsin at Oshkosh?
Yeah.
Pioneer Inn?
No, the one that we went south, we went down to Miami, and then we ended up taking a cruise to Bahamas.
Right. Right.
That was in 72.
Lloyd, I think you had a fractured arm.
Yes, I did. That's correct. Broken wrist. We went from
Broken
Columbus,
wrist.
Ohio to Miami in a Winnebago camper with about 14 guys and one girl. It was a wonderful trip.
Uh,
It's a crazy.
Who was the girl?
We know about a lot of guys and one girl.
No, we don't.
Go, Tom.
No, we don't.
That was a fun trip. That's when we all went. We took the cruise over to the Bahamas. It was a lot of fun.
So,
Well,
hey, Peter,
that convention, somebody had a motorhome. I think it's the boys from Ohio.
Saletti. Saletti had it.
Ron
And
Saletti.
Yeah.
somebody went with me, and I don't know if it was. I can't remember who was with me. Anyway, left the hotel and went out to look at the Winnebago, and it was filled with wine because his dad owned a wine or a liquor store. So we opened up a bottle of wine and we're looking around and go, this is really cool.
Boone's
So I
Farm?
opened up the oven.
Ripple and Thunderbird.
No, I think it was Boone's Farm.
Oh, Boone's
Oh,
Farm.
it was good wine from his dad's place. But I opened up the oven and there were some brownies in there.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I had no idea, but I figured I got to eat one at least. Well, that was it. Then everybody came back. I'm tripping, and everybody gets into the Winnebago, and we end up at the Playboy Club, wandering around. And I think it was a lot of the guys from Ohio.
The Dayton dudes.
The Dayton dudes. There you
Yeah,
go.
that was the Winnebago I was in.
That was it. Yeah. So you would.
They had brownies on board, and we were the whole trip. We were like out.
Yeah, I was. Are we there yet? I don't know.
Yeah, are we there?
Where are we going?
You went on a trip and you never left Ohio.
Exactly.
Has anybody ever heard from Bobby Keeler or Ron Saletti?
No, I'd love to hear from him. I'm gonna make a note to see if I can Facebook him.
Yeah, so
Where's
Saletti's
Rand-
in Jersey, I think.
He was my buddy down in Virginia.
BK.
Is Randy McCullough on this call?
No, and
No,
I don't
he's
know
not
why.
here.
Oh, okay. What about Gary Hagenes?
No?
No? Okay. I didn't.
I
haven't
tripped
seen him.
over Sashray on Facebook.
The Sashery was invited and Randy. Maybe they didn't get the link.
How about Braid?
Hey, you got his phone
Mike
number,
Braid?
Bob?
Pardon me?
Close my screen.
Yeah, Mike Braid was gonna be on here.
How about Kenny Rich?
He's on.
here.
He's here. He's here.
Yeah, he's on
Look at
twice.
him.
Say something, Ken.
Wave,
Hey,
Kenny.
Tom.
Hey, Ken.
How are you doing?
Everything's well. So I got to tell you a funny story with Ted. It was 1971. I just started with the company, and Ted tells me, "Yeah, he's got this nice new Jaguar down, but he's got to go to stop at White Plains. That I want to go with him." And I said, "Sure." So we come downstairs, and he said, "To tow," and we attached a rope to my bumper and his car, and I towed him to White Plains. As we went over the bridge, we get through the toll booth, and his bumper gets pulled off.
Oh, jeez.
It was his new Jaguar. You remember that, Ted?
Oh, yeah. I got a good deal on
Jaguar
the
stories.
for you.
You know, one day we can all write a book. It will go in the fiction section of a bookstore because nobody would believe us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ted let me drive his Jaguar the first day he got it. So we pulled into the parking lot behind the Bell Boulevard office, and I ran into the building next door, put a dent right in the nose of it. Oops.
Oops.
Ted just went.
So let me share. Let me share a story about Ted and the Jaguar. Seeing that we're talking about that, I began before to tell you. My car pulled up behind us in Connecticut, and in the middle of winter said, "You want to go to Florida?" We turned around. 24 hours later, we're in Florida.
Yeah.
So by the time we're coming back, which is like a week later, and Barbara's right, we're fired on New Year's Eve. We're driving in Florida, in the northern part of Florida. We decided to switch drivers. Ted is sitting shotgun and I'm driving. Ted is reading love letters and he's someplace else. I'm driving like literally 100 miles an hour and I see a blue light behind me. I said, "Oh shit, now what?" So we pull over. The guy said, "Well, whatever, the fine is like $60, whatever. You can pay it right now." Ted and I had no money. We had nothing. We had zero. So we said, "What do we do?" He said, "Well, I'll tell you what." Ted is like, how can we handle this? He said, "We can go to a gas station. You can cash your credit card in," which Ted had. "You can pay the fine on the road, and you'll have to give him something for cashing that." We did that, and we got back on the road, and Ted got us out of that.
Yes. one of many stories like that, probably about Ted.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and that Jaguar, look, we're still talking about it
Yeah.
these years.
Couple years have gone by.
So,
Oh my God. Hey, gentlemen.
so Ted tells me a story. He says, I used to pick up chicks, these airline stewardesses, and I say, hey, I've got a Jaguar XKE. You want to see it? Oh, yeah. He says, the only problem was that the only thing that worked on it was the radio. So they sit in the car and listen to the radio. How you like my Jag?
You could have had Tom pull it.
Yeah, really.
Whatever happened to it? Did it go to Jaguar heaven?
I finally sold it. Once I towed it back to St. Louis.
God, that thing got towed a lot.
Guys, I hate to do this. I'm gonna have to go. I've got a customer calling me on the other line. All right. But I want to tell you, it's great to hello. You there? It's great to see everybody. And Ted, I love you. And we will talk, and everybody stay well and fine in this stupid time of pandemic. But it's all good to see you guys.
You too, Lloyd.
Take care.
As well, Lloyd.
Take
Stay
care,
well.
guys.
Great to see you, man.
Happy birthday, Ted.
Happy birthday.
Well, it'll be
His birthday? It's not your birthday. It is your birthday, I guess.
November 1st.
Coming close.
Every day is your birthday. Ted said he doesn't read the news, he is the news.
There you go.
So Peter, you're up in Vermont now?
Well, yeah, we've been in Vermont since June. Our family has a house here, and they only use it for skiing. It's my wife's son's house. So we're up here since June. We'll probably go back to the city in November. So we're temporarily living here. And I must tell you, Vermont is beautiful this time of year. It's really, we're in Stratton, and it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you close to Irwin up there?
Are you close to Bernie?
I think I am. Yeah, I think I am.
Hey, how come Gene
Don't get too
McLaughlin's
close.
You texted him this morning.
Peter has become an
I
unbelievable.
don't know.
He takes the greatest pictures and posts them on Facebook. It's awesome.
Your
Yeah,
photos are beautiful,
Great.
Peter.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody know where Gene McLaughlin is? He was supposed to be on.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on. That's right.
He's probably in a rally somewhere.
Yeah.
They,
Who isn't?
yeah, I gotta apologize. Some of the email addresses I had bounced on me, and we had to end up calling people. But
You know, it's interesting. Well, it's moments like this. I've gone down. I've taken the stroll with Ted, with Thomas. But when you pause and think about what we did, well, we blew into a town. We stood in a corner, all dressed to the nines. We'd meet women that are walking out of work. We'd give them some ridiculous card and a line that would get paid $10 for this. And they would invite us into their house. And before the night was over, they would give us money to give them something we promised. They had no idea who we were. I mean, they're talking about being charming.
And then we would eat that night, thank goodness.
Right, and we could go eat. And sometimes we had some fun that night too.
And it's still the best sales training anybody could ever get.
Absolutely.
yeah, 100%. Changed my life.
Well, thank God for deposits and bonding fees, or we would have all starved to death.
The infamous bonding fees.
I don't know if I got this. I'm not sure if I got this from Keith Hass or Jim Showers, but boy, I know Lombardi talked about being early, 15 minutes early. But the truth is, with Cordon Bleu, you were on time. You made sure you were early. Still to this day, when I signed on, it was about 1:55. God forbid I should be late. It was great training, wasn't it?
It was incredible training.
Yes, it was.
A good training in life for all of us. We all probably learned more
Absolutely.
in Cordon Bleu than we ever did going to school.
Yeah.
And you know,
No
Ted,
doubt.
Ted, I'll
You
just
should
take a moment
teach
with
this
you.
in high school.
You know, Ted, I was friendly. Of course, we were all friendly years ago, but I spent an enormous amount of time with you, and you and I have kept in touch, and we talk on a regular basis. You were then and still are absolutely a terrific guy. I hope you're feeling the love today. I remember working with you. You were so easy to get along with. You were so good at what you did that what a treat all these years later to get together and take a stroll down memory lane.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Peter.
Amen.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
Well, you know,
myself, like Lloyd Hirsch,
Ted would always bat his blue eyes at all the gals, and they just cave in and buy whatever he was selling.
Yeah.
Well, that worked. Like Lloyd Hirsch, I got to close the deal, so I'm going to sign off. But nice to talk to all of you. And Ted, I hope all is well, and the best of luck in the future to all of you. Bye bye.
Okay, Ed.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you, Ed.
Here.
Good talking to you, Ed.
And you know, Ted,
Closing
I've
deals.
spoken to Julie. You really lucked out. You got yourself a terrific woman, Ted. Absolutely the best.
She's my guardian angel.
Yes, agree. All right, Julie.
She's lovely.
Well, Ted, you better hope she
Yes.
doesn't,
Big shout out to Julie.
you hope that she doesn't ever put on a pair of glasses and see what you really look like.
Well, I tried
And-
calling Gene, but it went into his voicemail.
And Mr. Botkin, I must tell you, you're looking pretty good, my friend. Yeah,
Thank you. You too.
thank you. Thanks.
So Bob Spencer, chime in there, buddy. Bob just had a bit of a health scare.
Yeah.
But he came sailing through it okay.
Oh, the report of my death was exaggerated.
How you doing, Mr. Hess?
Doing good. Thank you, guys. And I have to say, I look at all the pictures and I would recognize everybody, but maybe because I've seen you more recent, most of you. The only one I wouldn't recognize is that Peter Santero. Peter, I wouldn't recognize you, man.
Peter, show him all that big head, show him that head of black
Is
hair
that,
that
do
you
I take
got.
it,
Yeah,
do
well,
I take it as a compliment or not? Is that good or not?
you're looking good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And hey, it's just, we're all so fortunate to, like we all reminisce about what we did together, but it's set a tone in our life that we not only touched each other, but after that, I know most of you have touched somebody else with the things that you've learned. And hey, that's what it's all about, is giving back.
Exactly.
Well said.
There's been a lot of time.
And we thank you.
Keith.
Yep.
Well,
Keith, you taught us.
well, I
You know,
think
Keith, you were really a rock there. When I think back, when I'm on this call, I go back to being in my early 20s. It's great taking the stroll down memory lane. But my memories of you when we were young and wild and blowing out of town, you were just, there was something very special about you, something very inspirational and just wonderful. What can I say? I can't say enough about you. I still hold you in high regard, Keith.
well, thank you. And when I reached out to Peter, because some of you don't know, when I bought Jan a brand new car, brand new off the showroom floor, a Kruger convertible, and she was so excited. 2 weeks later, I gave it to Peter because we had to win that contest and get those numbers. So Peter's driving Jan's brand new car.
What kind of condition was it when you got it back?
What
Well,
car?
It was broken in. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And of
Remember
course,
Ted?
and
Well,
when
listen.
you talk
Keith,
about
So
when you
Keith,
talk
I have to tell you the rest of the story to that car that you lent Peter. So he got in an accident with it. Remember that, Peter?
No, I don't. I really don't.
He's
And
lying.
Yeah, well, and so it's like, it was gonna cost a lot of money, and I said, well, Peter, I got a friend that I work with at a gas station before I started working here, and he's really good at fixing cars.
Really?
We could take it to him and he could fix it. He goes, wow, yeah. So we took it over to him and stuff, and he sure did fix it, so it didn't look like it was the same car.
Yeah. I guess I just blocked that out.
Justifiably.
And of course, when you share about Teddy Lee and the Jaguar, at least Teddy Lee paid it off because I was co-signed on that baby.
And let me tell you something.
I'd look at it and the
the
window
lady-
would be broken out and shit. I thought, oh boy.
I put that
But
top
hey.
down. I put that top down. The ladies loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it
I
was
love
not a
it.
convertible.
It was a convertible, yeah.
Well, I
Oh, my
definitely was
God.
into convertibles. I bought my first one in 1963, 63 Chevrolet Super Sport, then a 64, and then a 65, and then I got a 66 Bonneville Rosetta boat. I could put cedar chest in the trunk. And then after that, I got a 68 Riviera, had a short time because of military, Army Reserve, then a 69 Continental Mark III, 70 Continental, then a Jaguar, and another new Jaguar. So buying cars was the thing. Only thing I felt bad, I didn't teach you guys all how to buy homes, and that's something we should have done early on.
I remember you let me drive your 65 Chevy convertible Super Sport when I picked up Jarrell in it, and it was just fascinating to drive that car, Keith. Had a white interior.
Yeah,
I can remember you and Maury racing. He raced. He had, I think, an Oldsmobile convertible.
Yes,
And you
well, he
had
had a
that
he had a Cadillac convertible
Yeah,
too.
and then, but you guys were always racing those cars. And I
Yes.
remember when Ted Bates and Jim Showers would race their Jaguars from where Jimmy was living to the office there in Bayside along those windy roads. just seeing how fast they could make it. Just those are some good times.
Yeah, and we're all fortunate we made it through that. Unfortunately, Jim did die in a car accident, but yeah, Jim and I used to race from New York, the Bell Boulevard office, and we'd go all the way to up to Boston to see Saturday. Just weave in and out of traffic going. I mean, if I saw somebody doing that now, I'd blow on my horn and have road rage about somebody driving so crazy.
I can remember when Steve Conrad and I went up to Boston in his Volkswagen, and we got within about a few hundred feet of the toll booth, and he took off the road. We went down into the grass. We're driving down in the grass, so he wouldn't have to pay the toll. And out of nowhere jumped this highway patrolman, and he got in the middle. He got right in front of his car and pointed his finger at Steve, and Steve didn't know what to do, so he stopped. So the patrolman came over to the side window and he says, "What are you doing down here?" Well, sir, I lost control of my car. So they hauled him away. Those are some good times.
Yeah, one time when we were working the fairs, they was going from Waterloo to Clay County, and that was Jim and Randy, and Jim got pulled over for going 90 miles an hour, and he talked his way out of the ticket. They stopped and had breakfast. After breakfast, they got back on the road. Same officer pulled him over for going over 100. And they didn't let him go that time.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And of course,
Yeah,
and I think from time to time, knocking doors. Yet when you knock doors, you were looking to make a sale, but sometimes the excitement that could be behind that door, if you know what I mean.
Well,
I remember when I used to go into the old houses that had been converted into apartments, and you'd always have the keyhole. And so I'd knock on the door with one eye at the keyhole. And you never knew it was going to go flashing across that keyhole.
Hey, Ted, tell me, Ted, tell me if you remember the story. We're upstate. You gave me a car for whatever that night. I went out and I got pulled over. I didn't have the registration. So I wasn't arrested, but I was being held for like 24 hours, you know? And they said that you had to come down with the registration. So I was in there for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours. You came down, it was the middle of the night, like 3, 4 in the morning. And the cop comes to get me and he said, the person's here, but he said, oh, listen, we found drugs in the car. So what I told him, I said, look, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And he said, no, I'm only kidding. You're getting out. They brought the registration. I thought they really found drugs and I was in trouble, but I wasn't. Do you remember that story,
God.
Ted? Well, it's okay.
No.
Ted, I remember when you came into the office one morning in your Jaguar, and someone had backed into it. Had bent the nose. Remember that?
I remember Bob breaking the nose.
No,
What did you do to the
nobody backed
car?
into it, Craig. I ran into that building in the parking lot just behind our office.
Oh, I thought someone had backed into it.
No. So Ted let me drive it the first day he got it.
I think I
And
had
you
it
ran into the
total
building.
one day.
Hey, I never knew what happened to Maury Corthos.
He's
Maury,
still going?
Maury probably every other month. He's in Omaha, Nebraska, and you know, very much a family man. And he's doing well. He's over 80 now, so he's one of the older ones of the Cordon Bleu group. And of course, Maury and I were the two that really started the expansion for Cordon Bleu. In other words, we opened the first office in Des Moines, and then from there we went to Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, and that's where we hooked up with Ed Wright and Bill Young, and we had Burdette Davison, and then we continued to go to Peoria. That's Bob Spencer, of course, and Paul Lyle. That's a guy I always wanted to track down because he was quite an interesting guy. And then we opened up Chicago with Craig, and then we opened up Memphis. And so we really, if you think about it, we grew really fast. You know, and of course, at the time, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just having fun selling cookware and making money. But for me to, at age 25, to have $1 million business, that would be equivalent to 10 million now. And we were just having fun.
Yeah. Having a lot of fun we had. We did. It was a fun time, and it was a great education. I really rubbed elbows with some smart guys, and we had fun doing it.
And we all were all pretty good looking at the time, and so we not only had the looks, we were dressers. We dressed to the nines and drove cars, you know, but there was some of the key ingredients that made the business successful. And I learned this late in just in the last few years. Before Don Wydell died, we were talking. He let me know that he was the one that started Free Cardin. Free Cardin was something that Don created for the industry. And that was just because he was up north and saw somebody, and we turned that into standing on the street corners downtown and getting girls' names and addresses. And then, of course, the knocking doors, I think also that was a key part of it. So we learned to prospect. And as you know, and anybody, all of you have done different businesses. That's the hardest thing about business. Craig probably knows in his business is getting customers. That's always a key. How do you get your customers?
Yeah, we used to say you're unemployed unless you're prospecting.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I used to say you're unemployed unless you're talking to somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to say prospecting is like shaving. If you don't do it every day, you get rough.
You're a bum. Yeah.
You're a bum.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys remember the Stone Mountain Inn in Atlanta, Georgia?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yes.
BJ.
I got to share this. That really turned my life at that particular point in time. Maury brought Reverend Jack Bowers with him. Remember Jack Bowers?
Yes, yep, the minister.
Yeah. And Jack had given a prayer breakfast, and then towards the end of the prayer breakfast, he recited something to all of us. And I heard it one time, never heard it before. I've repeated it many times over my life. It's changed my life. And I don't know if you remember it, but if I say it to you, maybe it'll jog your memory. What it said was this: with 2 feet to take me where I go, 2 eyes to see the sunset glow, 2 ears to teach me what I know. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I'm blessed indeed. This day is mine.
World is mine.
Yeah.
Very good there, Tom.
Yay.
Good memory.
I remember something not as cerebral as that. We started out and we were wrestling. We were wrestling upstairs, and Aegon was there, and I think Ted was there. We were in our underwear, and
Oh, God, I remember that.
guy was calling us you long-haired hippie freaks, and Aegon lifts his head up and says, "What? You never saw Boys in Love before?" He's mad.
Nice.
He called Don Wydell and the manager, everybody, and Don goes, "Oh well, boys will be boys."
That reminds me of another good poem that we had. There once was a man from Pawtucket, but
Yeah.
we'll go further than that.
Right.
Not quite as holy as the other one, Tom.
Mhm.
Well, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Tom Us said something that I never forgot. When Tom joined us, he was a bit of an outsider. But anyway, he had this incredible determination to succeed. And he said to me one day, he says, "Here's a poem that I read and I never forgot it. And it goes like this: they drew a circle which drew me out. But I, who had the guts and the will to win, drew I a circle which drew them in." And you did, Tom. You outworked everybody. And hats off to you, buddy.
Thank
You always work your ass off. And
Tom
good
was
for
a
you.
hard worker.
Yeah.
Absolute Tom was a hard worker. We worked together, and no matter what, he was relentless. And you were, Tom. You were
He was
tenacious.
absolutely relentless.
Right?
Thank you.
You were.
Yeah, he had no talent at all, but he was relentless.
Doesn't matter.
Well, he had some special talents.
Yeah, that big.
Sure do.
Tom was a good recruiter.
Oh,
Bob, you gave a talk about stickability back in the early 70s that has stuck with me forever. Just to stay with it and not give up. And the longer you work at it, the more successful you'll be.
Yeah. Yeah.
if you act enthusiastic, you will be enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Well,
and if you want,
hey, if you want money in a new car too,
Raise your hand, swat that fly. Raise your hand, slap your thigh, twist your nose, stomp your feet. Cordon Bleu can't be beat.
wow.
Oh, that's a good one. That's way back.
Good
all
memory.
together, let's repeat.
Wow.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
was
I don't
telling
remember
someone the
that
other
one.
day about ads we used to run. I used to run an ad every Monday. If you like fast women and fast cars, call me. Didn't have any trouble hiring anyone.
Right.
I remember
Now
I
I'd get
answered.
arrested.
I answered an ad. It was a misprint in the Bayside office. It was Brother Botkin, and the numbers in the ad were incredible. I don't care if it's a religious organization.
Pretty.
So I came in, met Keith, met Teddy, and met Bob, and we were kind of off to the races. So thank you guys all in your special way for ruining my life. Remember, that's Botkin used to say when he got you in the car, we were up to Syracuse, he would dream dreams with you, and he said he basically screwing your brain up, rewiring it. And I think we all got a little rewired. Crazy
Gentlemen,
bastard.
I got to hop off. I need to hop off this. I got to meet somebody at 3. So, listen, this has been wonderful. Ted, we love you. Tom, Bob, everybody. Glad we did this. Let's just keep in touch.
Well, we'll do it again. And Ted's
do it again.
birthday is the 1st of November, so maybe we ought to try it again around then.
That sounds great. Count me in.
Okay,
Take care,
Ted,
Peter.
love
Good
you.
talking to you.
Take
Good
care,
to-
Peter. It's good to see you.
We've got
Does
about
anybody-
6
Thanks,
minutes left
guys.
Does
with
anybody
Val,
know whatever
unless
happened
you guys
to
want to hang
Joe
around a
Dudzik?
little longer.
To who?
Take care.
Joe Dudzik or Dudzik?
Joe
In New
Ducey,
York?
Peter would know.
Yeah, Joe remained a very good friend. When I got married the second time, which was almost 24 years ago, he was the best man at my wedding. He, in some ways, dropped out of sight. His business is doing very well. His son's now with him in business. I'm actually really friendly with his oldest son, Joey. But
What kind of
we
business is
sort of
he in?
drifted apart as people. Janitorial supplies.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And how about Mike
he's doing
Bray?
okay. He's successful. I'm not in
Whatever happened
touch.
to
I
Mike
think
Bray?
Mike's
I think
Mike's in
Bach is in
Florida.
touch.
He's doing great. He owns a lot of rental properties. He was actually going to be on here today. I'm surprised he didn't make it. But
Probably can't
Mike-
figure out how to get on.
He had
Yeah.
had some speed bumps about 15 years ago, was given 6 months to live
yeah,
from cancer. And I've been down and see him, I don't know, 3-4 times. I think Botkin's been down 3-4 times. And, so he's, that Timex watch keeps
keeps
on
on ticking.
takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Now, Steve Conrad passed away, right?
Yeah,
He did, yes.
Now,
Okay.
now I find out any information of what happened to him. We stayed close for a long time, and I never knew how he died. I tried looking it up. I went to the obituaries, and there was no record of any of it.
He was.
Well,
He
what
was.
I know is he had fallen down some stairs and injured himself quite severely, and so he was almost like crippled. And I think
Yeah.
he just lost the will to live.
Is Steve Unversall still on?
Yeah,
Right
he's
here.
there.
Oh, I don't see your picture. I don't know what's going
He's
on.
right
here.
down below you.
Yep,
Well,
here I am.
That's Ted.
With the sunglasses.
Looks
Well,
For some reason, I can't. Let's see, participants. Huh. I can't see on there.
Take
slide your screen, Craig.
your screen size, you just change your screen size, that might
Yeah,
help.
exit, top right corner, exit full screen, and that should bring everybody in.
I'm on an iPad.
Okay, it still should work though.
Slide your screen. Can you slide your screen, Craig? Go to the side. That's what.
Wait a minute. Irving Cooperberg has been trying to get on.
Oh my
Oh, there
God,
you are.
get him on.
There he is.
I don't know. That looks like a professional picture taken of Irwin.
Actually, Craig, just go and work the Peter 4.
What's it for?
What's a Peter for?
Oh,
Come
there.
on, Ted, you know what a Peter's for.
Hi, Erwin.
What's going on, guys? Hey, Teddy, how you doing?
Hey,
Good.
Erwin.
Erwin, where were you?
I'm outside doing chores,
Aha.
catching up on a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here in Vermont.
Look like a fashion model.
Yeah. Do you, Irwin? Do you contact
you
Peter?
that-
Because he's up there too. Peterson
Where's Peter?
Terrace in your neck of the woods.
No kidding. What's he doing? Do you know?
Where did
He's a
Peter go?
photographer.
I think he signed off.
He shut down. Yeah, he logged
He's
out.
near Stratton, Vermont.
Oh, that's like a minute away from me.
Hey, Ed or Bob, whoever has some of these emails, I haven't talked to these guys in years. I saw Irv recently and don't have his email and love to catch up to you guys. We actually have a beach appointment right now and we're gonna drop off. Just have a new RV and we're
All right. Well, Sully, I got everybody's email and phone number.
near Tom's house. All right. Well, we're gonna drop off. Love you guys. And
Love you.
have a great weekend.
You too.
Yeah,
Love you,
congratulations
man.
on your new job.
Take care, Teddy.
I've set up a Facebook page, a new one, and I'll send out the address to everybody.
Great.
Okay, well, we've got everybody's email and phone number that's on here, plus some guys who didn't make it on here, like Dan Sashry, Randy McCully. Who else didn't make it? Mike Braid.
Braid.
Yeah.
Gene McLaughlin.
Gene, yeah, Gene should have been here. I texted him this morning. So
I left him a voicemail.
What about Wally Ambrose?
Wally passed away, I think.
Wally. God, I'd love to have somebody find Wally. I tried, but I'm not a technology person.
Yeah.
Oh, did he passed away, Bob?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm confusing him. with Somebody else.
Tank Billowin is.
Tank passed away.
Yeah.
Mitch, of course, passed away.
Hey, you know, I gotta tell you this. Tink's,
Mitch Maller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Pink's daughter is doing really well. She's with Avon, and she's like a lot of way up on the top. It's amazing.
Good.
So proud of her. So proud of her.
Hey, can we have like a moment of silence for Jim Sowers?
Yeah.
Yes.
We were driving back from upstate New York in his Eldorado, and he and I both drove, fucking crazy. But he got around somebody, and the guy tried to move him over in the right lane or the left lane, and he jumped this concrete divider that had a ramp that went up it. He rode that frickin' divider for about 100 feet or so, and then dropped back down on the highway, and away we went. No damage, no nothing, but it was, he did it at about 100 miles an hour.
It was Jim.
Yeah.
That's Jim.
Yep.
Well, Mike, I remember you, we first got to New York and you didn't like this cabbie, so you just rammed him with your Volkswagen.
Oh, fuck. I woke up the next morning, that Volkswagen had a dent on every freaking panel. Yeah. Well, I was driving down the Long Island Expressway, and this cabbie came up and just, he didn't yield at all. He just drove right into me. And so I figured, well, okay, it's on, man. And we just kept bashing each other for, 20 miles. And I took the front of it because I had a Volkswagen, he had like a Checker or something.
You forgot, though, that you were driving your own car and he wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I had a custom Volkswagen after that.
Mike, I remember something about you. Every morning, you and Ted lived together at Tom's Point Lane, and you'd get up and you'd have these starched shirts. Those shirts were like boards, completely starched. You'd put one on, put your tie on, tie it up, look in the mirror and go, oh, fuck this. Take it off, throw it down, pull out another one. You must have spent $100 a week on starching those damn shirts.
Well, I remember going to, Flushing or wherever it was, and they had these outdoor, sales for clothing and stuff. These shops would put their clothing out there on tables, and I'd go in there and buy, bell bottom, with the buttons instead of a zipper and all that, and all kinds of crazy freaking colors. And we were styling and profiling.
You were styling, man. You and Showers and Keith always had the Pierre Cardin suits.
Oh yeah, Keith ruled, man.
Keith was
He
like
has
John
going on.
Gotti, man. He wore those designer suits. He was
He did.
always looking good.
Hey, I wore a polar bear suit.
You did have a polar bear suit.
Wore it over and over and over again. It was the
Yeah.
only suit I owned. I'm sure it smelled real good.
It looked like an ice cream cone that somebody spilled something on.
I remember Tom Hartnett and I going to the 1972 convention in Miami, Florida. We went there with our checker suits that were made out of wool. Remember that, Tom?
Yes, I do. And my mother tailored them for us before we left, right? Remember? Yep.
They're so cool.
I have pictures of you guys in those suits.
I know. So do we.
Yeah, I try not to look at them very often.
Yeah.
You had a lot of hair, Tom.
Yep.
Your middle name could have been Mullet.
That's when we broke down driving down. Remember, Tom? We broke down in your Toyota, and we stayed with that guy. He was weird, you know.
He was going to fly us to the convention if we couldn't get our car back.
Right. I'm not sure where he was coming from, really.
I don't know either.
And then we ate those freaking things at the rest stop on Christmas Day. Those those marshmallow nut things, because we didn't have any food. And we were in a 3-bag motel on Christmas Day.
I had to order parts for my new car. It was a new 72 Corona at the time.
Calling home, telling, yeah, we're doing great.
So when I moved up to Syracuse with Gene, we got an apartment up there. We opened the office, and I had this beautiful blazer that had little tiny roses like sewed into it that I got in Greenwich Village. And I thought, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. And so we went to the laundromat and I said, what do I do with this jacket? And Gene goes, oh, you just throw it in the washing machine. I wash all my suits. Really? Just wash these things? Okay. So I throw it in there and I just throw it in the dryer. Oh, okay. High heat. Oh, thank you.
I remember that. I remember that happening.
Yeah.
I looked at him and I said, what the fuck? How come mine shrunk and yours didn't? He goes, oh, mine are polyester. I said, what the fuck is that? And he goes, it's made out of plastic. Thank you.
There's a lot of polyester in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if we were all together and somebody dropped one match, we would just burn up.
Well, I remember the time that Mr. Hartnett and I decided to go up to Albany to watch the races, or there was a show up there. And we didn't have any money and we were out all night drinking. So, and all day we were working real hard. And we ended up sleeping on the grass in the park.
That's the weekend I met my wife of 43 years.
He met his wife. We didn't have enough money after being in the bar with them. We were broke and had to go sleep in the grass at night.
We were doing the Saratoga State Fair.
That's it, exactly.
And I was helping you out because you met that girl that you were interested in, and you like, hey, would you help? She got a girlfriend. Would you help me out? Nah, I don't want to do that. But you dragged me in, and now 43 years later,
there you are.
Yeah.
What a lucky man, huh? Hey, Tom, you remember when Egon and I moved into Mr. Santos's house in Boston?
Oh yeah, I can still smell it.
Oh yeah, Tom, you were there when they all showed up, right?
Yeah, it was like, hey, Aegon, I smell something. It doesn't smell right. It's like the guy had been dead for a week and a half.
Our landlord.
So
I thought it
I
was
look out
Aegon socks.
So I look out the window and there's all these people in the driveway. I go, what the fuck? So I'm going out to do something and I walk downstairs and run into this guy and he's at the door and I go, hey, is everything all right with Mr. Santos? I haven't seen him in a while. And the guy goes, I'm his son. And I go, oh, what's up? And he goes, well, haven't you smelled it? He's been dead for a week. I guess we should have.
I got to sign off right now.
Tom and us
I
should have
got
been
a
up there calling the 911,
Well, we were kind of busy partying that night.
That's right.
I got to sign off, guys. So good seeing you all.
Okay, Erwin.
All right, Erwin.
All right.
See you. Bye.
You well.
Bye. Erwin.
Bye.
Yeah, take care.
Here.
Well, how many of us ended up moving out to California?
Oh, I did for a while.
Yeah, I did.
And we find out that Ed lives literally down the road from where we live.
Yep.
And he would live there for a couple of years as we had before we even tripped over one another.
Wow. Remember Answer Phone, Aegon? You came after I was there in Santa Ana. Remember that? I was working there. And then you moved out. You were doing that. Yeah.
Answer phone.
Yeah. Answer Phone by dictaphone. And that's when Aegon lived in Anaheim Hills. It was a $90,000 house on the hill. It was absolutely gorgeous back then. 90,000. Can you imagine?
Was that Ron's house?
No.
No, that was the place I was living in.
That was in Yorba Linda, wasn't it?
I think it was
Anaheim
Anaheim Hills. But you were Yorba Linda, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Not my Belinda.
No, it was our Belinda.
It was Tom's Belinda.
Tom Belinda. Yeah, that's it.
So it was all.
Hey, whatever happened to Jim Sauer's wife?
Mary, hold on 1 second. Jean's trying to call me.
Mary
Whatever did
Showers
happen
is
to
in
Mary?
California.
Yep, she's still in California. She got married, but her second husband died. His name was Jim too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
She's rough on gems.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
He had a stupid
He
name
was a
called
freak
Jim
show.
too.
Mary.
So Keith, how's your wife?
She is
Gorgeous.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm a lucky man. I've had good women in my life, and every one was a good one for the time. Of course, Jan being my high school sweetheart, and we still stay in touch. And then, of course, Rossi, my love. Some of you met Rossi, who I have a son through. And of course, now Robbie, we've been together for 30 years. And as Bob will contest, she's beautiful inside and out. There don't come any better than my Robbie.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
100%.
Tell her we said hi.
Yeah.
We will do
That's
that.
what she said. That's what Bob said.
Yeah.
We spent a pretty fun month in Hawaii with you guys.
Yeah, I didn't know that you guys had came to California, Tom and Kenny. I didn't know you guys were in California for a while, huh?
Yeah, I was in Tustin for a few years.
And
What-
we were in
what-
Yorba Linda for almost 10.
And
77 to 80.
and what were you selling at that time?
Answer phone by dictaphone, telephone answering machines, which were a big thing back then.
Yep.
Yeah, we were. I was a regional manager for Rawlings Sporting Goods.
Yeah. Well, I know we all kind of stayed in the sales end. So,
Well, Ted, Ken and I went on the road selling coupon door to door. And the fun
Brilliant
part,
idea.
all we did was recruit. And we had offices in Orange County, up in LA, and where was that? Venice Beach. Remember that one, Ken?
Yep. And we had, don't forget, we had one in Dallas.
Yeah. What was the other one in California? Calabasas or?
No, it was in Chatsworth.
Yeah, that one. Funny story. We used to put ads in the paper. It said, you know, $5 an hour guaranteed. Come on down. And they just show up as a blind ad. So we had this one in Venice Beach, and I'm looking out the window, and there's a lot of strange people in Venice Beach, right? And here's this guy rollerblading with Speedo on. That's all he's got on is a Speedo. And he's just rollerblading in the parking lot. Back and forth. So we go back to the office, and the receptionist calls and says, "Hey, there's some guy here says he needs to have an appointment with you." And there it's him, right? And he's got nothing on.
He looked like he was wearing a Band-Aid.
Yeah, I mean, I swear to God, the guy was completely out of it, right? So then I kind of leave him with the application, leave it there, we'll call you type of thing. I go back into the other room, and again, I get a message. I said, this guy, I think he's passed out. And I walk out, and his head is in a glass panel, and he's asleep with rollerblades around his neck. And I went, oh, my Lord.
We hired him.
This is Venice Beach. This is California. This is the
California.
Blind. Yeah.
Hey, guys, I
Then
got
we went to
Gene
Seattle,
McLaughlin on the
then we went
landline.
to Dallas.
Well, how come he's
New
not
York.
on with
We went
us?
all over the place. We had a good
And
time.
you remember the guy that was going to kill us?
He didn't get the invitation. He's saying, here, listen to him. Go ahead, Gene.
We were
Gene,
backed up in my
email
office
address.
with
You
the
gotta
couch
get on
flipped
the right
over.
email address.
Hey,
We didn't have-
Bob, he said you never sent him an invitation.
That's bullshit. I did too. Check your text. Look on your phone, Gene.
Your email bounced, Gene.
The email was no good, but I texted it to you this morning. Anyway.
I didn't figure it out. Anyway, yeah, who was going to kill me?
We were up in my office in Seattle, and a guy, we fired his daughter. And he came back and he was pounding on our door and said he was going to kill us.
We're on a
And we
Zoom.
flipped over the couch in my office and we were hiding behind it in case he came through the door. And both of us were 11 years old. The guy's going to fucking kill us. We're going to die right here, right now. It went on for several hours. It was pretty funny.
You guys know that Bob Spencer and I stayed in the cookware business all the way up into the 2000s before
You were doing Renoware, right?
Yeah, we were in Renoware and Vitacraft, and I was with Oneida. Kenny got me a job at Oneida.
That's right.
Yeah, which started me on sort of the path of corporate. Yeah, Kenny was he was in charge of Massachusetts down to New York.
Yep.
Remember when we went up on the Empire State Building that night, Kenny, and we saw that cruise liner down there?
And then we went on the boat and got lost.
Yeah, we went down and we walked right on board on this cruise ship.
And it was all full of Italian people.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And we couldn't find our way off.
So.
And we were
I
drunk
stayed
as shit.
visitors for 34 years.
What?
34 years I sold cookware.
34.
Wow.
Yeah, I stopped in 2001.
Yep.
I worked for Rural Prestige.
Yep.
Well, that's a true space oddity.
Yeah.
I didn't know you stayed that long, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, were you
Tony
still
Miller here in St. Louis had the Royal Prestige franchise.
Yeah, Tony Miller, I think he still does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, you were running most of the world, weren't you?
Say that again?
Bob, you were running most of the world for Renoware.
Bob Spencer and I both were at one time or another, we both ran the organization.
That's spectacular.
Yeah. He got fired and then eventually I got fired, but what the hell, we had fun.
I bet.
We had over 30 countries of the world that we traveled to, selling cookware door to door. Amazing.
Yeah,
What
that
an
is.
adventure. And you
How
know,
many
the stuff that-
languages did you learn?
The stuff that we learned from Cordon Bleu was absolutely applicable anywhere we went.
I agree. It was the
Yeah.
best education we ever could have got. We all got PhDs.
Yeah, panhandling degrees.
Yeah. And School of Hard Knocks, as Teddy Bates says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Ted looks like, Ted, are you okay? You need to lay down?
Yeah, my neck's starting to hurt and I'm
I
getting
figured.
All
pretty
right.
All right, man.
Hey, Teddy Lee,
We're
we
gonna
love
shut
you.
it down. We love you. Let's all say goodbye, Ted.
Hi, Teddy.
Teddy's great
We
to
love
see you,
you.
man.
Bye, Julie.
Bye,
Thank you.
Julie.
See
Bye,
you,
Ted.
Teddy.
Talk to you soon.
I love
Love
you,
you
Ted.
guys.
Take
Bye.
care.
Take care, Jim.
Okay, can we shut it down? Everybody say goodbye to each other.
Yeah, let's do it
Teddy,
again
good
early
deal. Setting
November.
this up, Bobby. You guys did a good
Julie, bye,
thing.
Julie.
Let's try to do it again on Ted's birthday around the 1st. Hi, Julie.
See
Let's
you,
do it.
Julie.
Hi.
Bye.
Thanks,
Hardly,
Teddy.
good to see you.
Bye, Julie.
Thanks, Teddy.
I'll send all the links. Thank you very much, everybody, for
Thanks, Agon.
logging in. Appreciate
Good
it.
to see you.
Hi, Kathy.
Thanks for putting it together, Egan.
You betcha. We'll see
Yeah.
you.
Love you guys.
Love
Yeah.
you too.
Sure.
Love you too, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
See you, Steve.
Bye.
See you, Bobby.
Adios.
Adios.